lovely to be here today. My name is Linda Bowles, and I'm one of the directors here of Aspen Counselling Services in Lucan. Today we have decided to roll out a series of just open discussions with two of our therapists here, Maeve and Dawn. And today we are joined by Alan Kinsler from AK Fitness, who runs a local fitness centre over in the heart of Ballymun in Poppintree. So last week I got the opportunity and I was given Alan's details when I heard that he'd been nominated as local hero for his contribution and his work that he's carried out in Ballymun for the last number of years. So I'm delighted to have Alan here today, and obviously Maeve and Dawn are joining this discussion, who are two of our senior therapists. So welcome, Alan.
Okay, thanks, Linda. Really appreciate the invite. As I said, from the mutual consent, it was great. Just in regards to talking to yourself, last week we were just going in regards to isolation, and in regards to how people are dealing with it. I run a little small, I wouldn't even say it's a business, it's more kind of a fitness classes in Ballymun. I started up last year, and we started off with 4 people. And it was outdoors, and I wasn't really interested in doing the whole indoor gym with the equipment. And I found people, when they looked in a mirror, they actually didn't like the look of themselves, or they felt under pressure when they were in the gym if somebody beside them had matching clothes and they didn't. So I was trying to take it away from the whole gym environment to do it outdoors. And then obviously word of mouth went around, and it went from 4 people by the end of the summer to hundreds of people. Really went well. And it came to October time, and we were going to do a obstacle course called Hell and Back. I'm sure all your people probably know about it. But in my mind, it was going to finish then. It was going to finish then until after Christmas, and we were going to come back. When I told my clients that we were closing up, all hell broke loose, and we quickly had to find somewhere to go indoors, which we did. The facilities in Poppintree Community Centre in Ballymun, they were great and they looked after us, and we went in there for a few months. And then obviously Christmas came along and everybody's due a break over the Christmas, and we started back in January, and the numbers have continued to grow week by week, which is great. And as I said, word by mouth is very powerful, and social media is very powerful. And then all of a sudden then the rain came, and the rain came very heavy, and everywhere closed down. And we didn't, well, to be honest with you, I was half thinking about continuing what we started and going back outdoors again. But then in regards to social distance and everything else, I didn't want to take the risk, and I would have never forgiven myself if someone had a COVID from doing an outdoor class. So quickly overnight, or over a couple of days, I had to decide what we were going to do, because a lot of the clients were still heavily interested in doing something, and what we could do, we weren't too sure. So I quickly decided to set up a Facebook page called AK Fitness Home Workouts. So basically it kind of started just with the clients that had trained with me before. Basic exercises at home, no equipment needed. We went live online every day at 10 or 7, whatever suited people. If 10 or 7 didn't suit you, the video remained there, so people could go back in then and do it at a time at their leisure, get their kids involved or their partner involved or whatever it was. And now all of a sudden, from going probably in the first couple of days to 70, 80 people, we are now nearly at 3,000.
Wow, so you've even grown since I spoke to you last time.
Yeah, it's. I think we're about 110 people short of 3,000. Yeah, wow. So it's crazy.
You've adapted your business, the service that you've been providing, in Ballymun in the outdoor fitness, and I know you brought it indoors as well, because you shared with me that, because you've been doing other work, coaching the kids the last 12 years.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention that you are an ex-professional football player as well.
A long time ago, but yes, a long time ago.
Yeah, and then you also played for Shelburne.
Shelburne, yeah.
Here as well. So, football has been your passion, but you've adapted the service that you provided, like us here in Aspen, where we're doing online therapy now for our clients. But you've adapted your skill sets and being able to roll out live fitness classes to support your clients. And
yeah, it's really been amazing, Linda, to be honest with you, in regards to, as I said, I just kind of started it for people that had trained with me before. Then all of a sudden, then they're sharing the videos and sharing comments, and people that I've never spoken to before. There's people from, I think, Wales and Scotland and Galway and all parts of Ireland that are friends of families, which is fantastic. And as I said, it's a free, totally 100% free thing to come in and join in. And the amount of mails I get every day, positive mails, that I think people are starting to get themselves used to a routine. But the conversation we were having last week, I think people are starting to put the exercises into their routine. Some people have never even trained before, but now before they go to bed every night, they know tomorrow they've got something to do. And it doesn't matter, as I said, they don't have to do it live. They can just jump in at a time that suits them, whether the kids are gone to bed or whether they want to bring the kids in, or whether they've got the kids all day and the partner's out working and then they come back and they do it as a family. It's just something that's keeping them going, you know. But as I said, I'm blown away by the amount of members that's in the group.
So you're saying even people, sorry, I know, Dawn, you probably want to say something there, but you're saying people for the first time ever, aside from your old clients, there are new people that may never have exercised before, and with the COVID and with the isolation that that they were experiencing, that they know that now they're probably reflecting, and that's what we are hearing even from some new clients that are coming in. People are reflecting on how they've been living their lives and now taking up fitness for the first time, in a long time.
Yeah, I think, and back to the conversation that we had last week in regards to it's crazy, and people are saying to me, and I've had people say to me in regards to, are you doing this for the bigger picture that when your gym opens back up, you're going to have A, B, and C? I said, no, it's not about that. It's not. It's a simple, free thing. I'm not making anything out of this. It's completely free. And if someone has never trained before and all of a sudden have decided to take up a few exercises every day, they mightn't live near me, but they might, when the gym opens back up, decide and say, oh my God, I've been training for a little while. Now I feel confident enough to go and do a little bit on a treadmill or a little bit in a bike or go to the swimming pool and have a swim. And to be honest with you, I'd get more achievement or feel more achievement from somebody that has never trained before, all of a sudden starting to enjoy themselves, starting to feel a bit healthier and a bit feel better, than my own clients coming back, because I know they're going to come back. We have a great buzz, we have a great atmosphere. That buzz we've kept, But to be able to give that buzz or give a snip of that buzz to somebody else is fantastic.
So what do you think people are getting from this, Alan? Like you mentioned the structure, and that's really important, because right now so many people don't have structure. Either they might be temporarily out of work or permanently out of work, or they're working from home, and life is just really, really different. So you mentioned having the structure is really important. I'm wondering, what else do you think that people get out of, because, let's face it, we're not going to get a six-pack out of this. So
no, and 100%. And as I said to you, look, I don't, without going into too kind of complicated things about it, I think exercise, in regards to people that have never exercised before, is now realising how much it actually makes them feel better, how much stress relief it gives them. And when you go and you do that 45-minute workout with me, whether you've gone really hard or you've gone really slow, and you go and you have that shower and you put down fresh clothes on you, and then all of a sudden then you look at the clock and 2.5 hours have gone, you've had something nice, it just makes you feel better. And no matter, and as I said, I probably didn't realise personally the effect it would have on so many people, only through mails that I get every day. Thank you, Alan, you're giving me something to do. And I'm like, well, I'm not giving you something to do. I'm doing it for me. But if it's helping you, fantastic. And if you're able to help 5 other people, and them 5 people can help 5 more people, well, then all of a sudden you have that ripple effect that's going through everywhere. As I said, I think there's one of the ladies that train with me, her daughter lives in Australia now. She's doing it. She's from Australia. To me, I'm just like, this is just crazy. But you get such a sense of achievement that someone on the other side of the world is getting that little bit of a benefit or feeling that little bit of a buzz that we have created in the gym,
I think that's really important. What you said is that you are doing this, but you're not making anyone do this class. It's still their choice to do it. That's something that's really important for all of us, and something we would work a lot on in therapy, around personal choice and a person's choice to do this, and a person engaging with their choice and saying, I could have just lay on the couch for the day, but I chose not to. I chose to get up and to go on to Alan's class and to do the class. And, you know, so...
Don't get me wrong, mate. You still get comments in when the group starts, when we're doing the live classes, you still get comments. I'm sitting on the bed or I'm sitting on the sofa. I'm just watching. It looks great, but I'll do it in an hour. but the good thing is, though, and anybody, as I said, anybody's more than welcome to me. The good thing is you can do that. And then when you feel up to it during the day, it still feels like you're doing that live class because you're just doing a recording.
Yeah.
You know, so they still have the opportunity to look in and say, okay, can I do that? Will I do that? And as I always say before the class starts, if I do 10 reps and you only do 2, it doesn't matter. It's just taking part, you know.
But you know what, Alan? There's a really strong theme of compassion in all of this. You're giving people the chance to accept that they're human, to validate that they won't always be motivated. There's a lovely compassionate piece to this. There's another piece to it, is that you're really telling a story of adapting your response. You know, when something hits you, you adapt to adjust, and that's very strong theme in your storyline when you're sharing with us. And that's stuff we try and support clients with all the time.
100%. And as I said, Don, and I said to you last week as well, and sorry for going across you, in regards to myself, in regards to personal losses, I've had an awful lot of personal losses in my life, like everybody has. They really have, and we've gone through breakups, and we've gone through just hard times. It's part of life, you know, but it's part of how you deal with them. As I said, I'm born and raised in Ballymun. Love the area. Love telling people I come from Ballymun, because unfortunately, and it's a circle, and the circle, I'm all about breaking circles and all about kind of getting through these little spider webs that you're not supposed to get through. Just to be positive. And as I said, you're not the only person that goes through certain losses. You're not the only person that goes through breakups. You're not the only person that has lost a job. You're not the only person that has gone through any hard times. We've all been there, but we all individually kind of have to find a way to get over them. You know, it's not easy. It's not going to happen overnight. But I genuinely feel, from starting classes again, didn't realize the effect it would have had on people. It really, really helps you focus. It really just gives you something to do, you know. It just gives you the purpose. And for me, after what I've been through, to see a smile on someone's face, or to see someone that's been training with you for a little bit longer, a couple of months, to see how they have mentally changed, also physically, but their whole personality changes with it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Go on, Linda. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know, everything you were saying there, Alan, you know, just even around the spider webs, and and you're talking there, the spider webs that you're not meant to get through, but there's such a strong part of your personality that it's like you're so determined to break the ideas or the restrictions that may have been put in front of you. And again, through us talking last week, that's certainly translated in everything that you have endured with it. Not necessarily endured, but the pitfalls that kind of happened. And
it's just back to the comment, Linda, in regards to, I think you either have that in you or you don't. You know, I don't think it's something you're kind of something that kind of grows on you. You either have it or you don't. And
what would you say to somebody that doesn't have it? What would you say to somebody that doesn't?
Find it, because it's in there. Okay. It's in there. You know, it's there. You know, but you gotta want to find it. It's not. You're not gonna wake up one day and say, I feel 10 feet tall now and I'm going to the gym and I'm going to lift 70 kilo. It's not going to happen. Okay. You know, but you gotta find it. It's in there. You gotta believe in yourself. It's all about, an awful lot of people, as I said, and I say this to kids in Ballymun, and I think I said this last week as well, and this is something I always bring up in Ballymun. And it's true. And I'm going to say it now, and it's not going to bother me, and I might get a bit of slack over it, but it's true. If a kid from Ballymun goes home and tells his mum and dad that he wants to become a doctor, mum and dad will automatically tell. 90% of families in Ballymun, 90% will tell their kid, you know what, that's too hard, pick something else. Where you reverse that and you go to Blackrock, Killiney or Foxrock, and a child comes home from school and tells mommy and daddy, I want to be a doctor. They're pushed towards it. So just in regards to back, believe in yourself. You know, you can do anything you want to do. It's not going to be easy. You know, it's it wasn't easy for me. Like, I was doing this classes started last April. Until the middle of May, I had 6 or 7 people. I was like, is this worth it? Is it really worth it? You know, and I was at that stage, I was only doing mornings, wasn't really getting anything from it apart from turning up and setting up the class, and you had 6 or 7 people. Then all of a sudden, them 6 or 7 people, you could sense the enjoyment you were getting from it. And then all of a sudden, I was like, whoa, it doesn't matter, Alan. It's only 6 or 7 people, but you're changing their lives. And then, as I said, by the end of the summer, that 7 people had probably gone to 200 or 300 people. And to see the sense of them, I remember, like, you look at people coming in their first class, they're questioning themselves. Should I be here? Am I able for this? Do I feel welcome here? And as I said to you last week as well, it was always very important for me last year in regards to when someone new came to say, oh, how are you doing? Or how's it going? Welcome up. If you've trained before. And I'll just get a little bit of information from them. I probably had talked to them already through a Facebook mail or an Instagram mail. But my job has been halved because the atmosphere that we have created in regards to that, the lads and the girls automatically do that. So when someone new walks in now, they do it. You know, probably because I did it to them and they got a nice feeling from it. They nearly feel like this is part of us, you know. It's part of our little circle in regards to make someone feel welcome. It doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter where you've come from, and it doesn't matter where you're going in life. Just make them feel welcome and just give them that bit of positivity before the class even starts, you know.
Sorry, Alan, there's an important point there, and this is something we try and promote with our clients, is how are they talking to themselves? What is the nature of their self-talk? Are they talking kindly to themselves, or are they talking in a punitive way? Do you know what I mean? And it seems like you give them permission to talk about themselves in a positive way. You kind of blaze a little bit of a trail there, but you know, it's lovely to have leaders to do that for you. Do you know that, you know, that way? Well, I suppose what we try and do, I don't know if you guys would agree, but we're always trying to say, well, look in and try and get that self-talk starting within you rather than waiting for somebody else to, you know, to do it for you. You know?
It's little, I think, this is the way I find it. I think some people, when they're starting something new, they expect it to happen overnight. It's just what, you know, and I think personally in regards to people talking to themselves, negative thoughts, you mightn't come to the first class and feel fantastic, but I guarantee you, if you do 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, you'll automatically start to feel better. You'll automatically start to talk to other people. You'll automatically start to, without even realising it, telling somebody on the street, Jesus, I did that, I feel better. Then all of a sudden, then that person's coming, but that person's only coming because you've told them.
Yeah.
You know, you have to make yourself feel better before you can make anybody else feel better. And that's just me personally, you know. I know it's kind of, you want to say dog eat dog out there in the nicest possible way. If you don't feel better, you can't make somebody else feel better.
So I'm kind of interested, Alan. Do you make a purposeful decision to talk to yourself in a particular way to keep yourself motivated? Is that the way you do it?
The motivation I would have, and as you said, internally and externally, last week would have been kind of internally. Yeah, it's great for the gym, but it's more changed to externally now to see the buzz people are getting. You know, you have that drive in you, and you think I'm always going to have that drive, and that's just back to where I've came from, and back to not expected because you come from a certain area, not expected to do well. So that drive has always been there, but now the drive is to see other people achieving their goals. And I always say when they're coming in, and they'll say, "Oh, why are you coming here? Like, what you want to do?" And you'll say, and some of them might say, "Oh, well, I want to go down 2 dress sizes, or I want to lose 2 stone." And I was like, "Okay." But before you even think about going down and losing 2 dress sizes, or before you even think about losing 2 stone, why don't you come to feel better? Because if you feel better, you'll automatically come back. You start thinking about losing 2 stone or going down 2 dress sizes, automatically. You're setting your targets too high. You know, come and enjoy it. If you enjoy it, you'll come back. You know.
That's a great strategy, because that's often what we would say is to lower your expectations to give yourself a chance of success, and that's exactly what you're doing. You're doing that exactly. Yeah.
And also, what you were saying there about, it does start with yourself. Do you know, and we'd often talk to clients, and not to be sexist, but often women and often mammies, you know, this idea of doing things for all these people, and you're like, it's not actually selfish to take a bit of time for yourself. It's not actually selfish for you to go to Alan's class at 45 minutes. That's you taking time. It's looking after yourself. You'd be in a better frame of mind then to help you look after others. And there was something else there that really struck me, because I teach yoga as well. And a big thing for me, one of the biggest things for me in yoga is acceptance. You know, acceptance of myself, acceptance, what you were talking about there, of your limits. You know, some days you'd be flying, you're full of energy, you do 100 burpees, and the next day you do 2, and you're like, oh, I'm just not able. But being able to accept our physical selves, some days I'm tired, some days I'm not, can kind of lead to accepting the whole lot of ourselves. Some days I'm feeling a bit low, I'm feeling a bit down. Some days I'm flying, I'm in great form. Some days my head is going around and around and around. Other days it's not. But that's life. It's up and down. It's not, there's no like goal
100%, mate, 1,000,000%. And as I said to you, I think in regards to COVID, what has happened is, I think we've all realised that our lives were moving too fast. And we weren't giving ourselves that 45 minutes every day that we deserve. Now, some people were. At the moment, we're forced into a time where we're probably giving ourselves too much time to think and too much time to think. So we're probably trying to put ourselves more into a structured life now than we've ever put ourselves into a structured life in regards to just having something to do every day. But just back to your point in regards, I just say to this, I don't say at every class, but I would certainly probably say it once a week in regards to, we're back in the gym now. What last year when we were outdoors in Ballymun United Football Club, I used to say, when you come in them gates, whatever has gone in work, on your personal life, or whatever has gone on, until you walk back out them gates, you can't do anything about it. So these 45 minutes or these 50 minutes are yours. You deserve them, so enjoy them. Turn your phone off, put your phone on silent. It's not gonna end the world to give yourself 45 or 50 minutes, and it does. It works, you know.
I say pretty much the same thing at the start of my yoga classes, funnily enough. And at the end of the class, kind of going back to what I was saying about choice, I say to people, just take a minute and just say thanks to yourself for giving yourself this half hour, this hour, because it is a gift that, you know, in the world we have been living in, like you say, people didn't have the time or didn't take the time. So having an hour a week or an hour twice a week was a big, massive deal. Now we've got so much time. It's kind of shifting all that, isn't it?
It's crazy, you know, but it's I think, unfortunately, we've been put in a situation like this. I mean, and nobody wants to be in it, but I believe an awful lot of positivity is going to come out of it.
Certainly will. And everything everybody's been saying there on the panel have, you know, again, I know we've talked about this before, but it's like your description that you've given, Alan, that, you know, around the conscious choice that, you know, your clients would make in order to access your fitness is almost similar to, you know, what our clients feel even before they pick up the phone to make that appointment, that there are so many doubts, and they often question, oh God, maybe my problem isn't big enough, or maybe I'm too much, or, you know, but it takes great courage to, you know, to make that first step, to, you know, and to come in for the first consultation. And as you say, you know, just to take it week by week, you know, in a way that's manageable. You know, and that it's not, as May said a few minutes ago, it's not about getting the six pack, but it's not about, you know, trying to be perfect, you know, at the end of, you know, whatever has happened, the adversity has happened for people in their life, but give them the space to be able to look at themselves and find how they've responded to maybe a situation that's happening to them externally. So it does take great courage and commitment to, you know, to continue to look at yourself. And, you know, and to learn to be a friend to yourself, you know, it's...
Yeah, I think you deserve that. I think everybody deserves it. You know, they really do. And as I said, everybody... everybody does, you know, and without realising it, it's mentally and physically and healthy and everything's good to give yourself that little bit of space. And you deserve it. So no matter what you're doing, whether you're a home parent for 10 hours a day when the kids are in school and you're doing your bits and pieces, or whether you're working in a stressful job, or whether you're a taxi driver or an ambulance man or a fireman or a policeman, it doesn't matter what you're in, doesn't matter what your background is, you deserve to have your little bit of time. You know, I think unfortunately through COVID, people have actually realised this. You know?
But I want to just even, I know for time wise and stuff like this, because I think we've covered, you know, a lot of what we wanted to cover here today. But just even to acknowledge that you are one of our local heroes, even though we're in different catchments. You know,
I would never put my hand up there. I was blown away. Actually, as I said to you last week, I actually thought it was a joke, to be honest with you. But it was a nice feeling, you know. And just back to what you were saying a few minutes ago in regards to hitting the brick wall. I think I got that phone call last Wednesday. And this is for people obviously listening in. I got a phone call last Wednesday about this. After a class that I had just finished. But before that class started, I had automatically said to myself, you know what, I'm actually taking a day off tomorrow. But when the phone call came along, to realise how many people were being helped and how much positivity was going around, I got that buzz that I needed back again. Not that I needed a buzz, but I was actually hitting a brick wall through third. You know, 12 classes a week is tough, you know. But then, as I said, to get nominated for a little award, and not even award, just recommendation or around the area, and recommendation, should I say, it was great. It was, you know, and it's lovely. And as I said, my mum is walking up the shop now, and she's been stopped, and she feels like a little bit of a celebrity now, you know.
It is just the power of one person, and it starts with one person. And well done to you, Alan. Because I know
thanks very much. Now, brilliant. Thanks a lot.
Because I know, again, when I set up Aspen with 3 other people at the time back in 2001, it started off really small, but now we have a really great team. There's 38 therapists on board now, and it's a low-cost service as well, so people can access therapy, some free. You know, again, we depend on the likes of fundraising events, like I know you mentioned you did one, and we did one recently by a local, just even to mention, we did a Run Amok challenge there, a local fitness here, Fit for 45, and Jack Chute is the founder of that. Started off with a circuit training like your own, outdoor, now we're indoor. And again, 90 of us did the Run Amok challenge back in March, and just before the COVID lockdown. So it's the power of, that vision. You start off, and, I know, again, we're kind of coming to the end, but it's like, just to say, you've had setbacks in your life. You start off with a vision.
Many setbacks. 15, thought I was going to be a professional footballer. It didn't happen. Had a fantastic relationship, broke down. Had a very, very big loss 2 or 3 years ago. But you get over these things. You never get over them. That's probably not the word to use, but you learn how to deal with them. And just back to your saying, I'm giving people hope and giving people feeling positivity. Yous are also. Yous make a big difference in people's lives, and everybody's got to thank yous. And people walk in, as I said, not that they're going to walk out overnight and feel better because you've spoken to them, but if they stick with you and they go through what they've got to go through and realise what they've got to go through and stick to what they came to see you in the first place for, they'll get there,
So Alan, they can access your Facebook page if you want to give it a plug there.
Alan Kinsler on Facebook. They can just follow me, and I'll send you on the link to all the groups. Or if you're already on Facebook and you're following me, it's AK Fitness Home Workouts. Anybody, as I said, doesn't matter what your background is. If you've never done anything before in regards to you're only going for a walk, just join in. You're more than welcome.
Brilliant. And I suppose let clients know that if they also want to pick up the phone, they can get us on 016217063 or our mobile 086 8534 391. And our service is open from 9 to 9 Monday to Friday. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Alan.
Thanks, Alan.
Bye.